Hey, what's up everyone? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG, and today we get to revisit a little AFR. Today we have a collector battle with some adventures in the Forgotten Realms, a set that I will always have a soft spot for. I believe this is, I think, the first box, a collector box of AFR was the first box I ever opened up on channel, and so I will always, it's not the strongest of sets per se, but it's something I will always have a soft spot for. And that said, there are a couple of bangers in the set. For today, we'll just call this the Tiamat and Old Gnawbone waiting room. So how this thing is going to work, we're going to crack this thing open. We have 4 participants. Each one of us is going to get 3 packs. We're going to open those packs in rounds of 3, adding up the mana values for all the rares and all the mythics. And at the end of this thing, the person with the highest total mana value and the person with the lowest total mana value amongst rares and mythics are each going to get 1 Aether Drift collector pack to go with their other spoils. In the event of a tie, we will take the highest mana value highest mana value mythic as a first tiebreaker, highest mana value rare as a second tiebreaker, and if we need a third tiebreaker, we'll go down the line, the highest mana value rare until we have a tie, no more. Mentioned, Old Gnawbone and Tiamat. I will say that the commander cards from AFR, there's actually some really strong ones. And so when we talk about chase hits and, really chase dragons, I should mention that Clouth, I think the extended art now is like $45. So that's kind of up there as well. Beyond that, it does start to get a little soft after the biggest hits. There are some really good rares, Teleportation Circle, Fighter Class, and a few others. But let's be honest, the real chase is the dragons. A little homage to pack opening addict out there. So got 3 packs for D-Money, 3 for Ezra, 3 for Typhoon, and 3 for Kazi. Good luck, everyone. Let's have some fun. D-Money, start us off. Other good commander hits are Prosper Tomebound, Grim Hireling, Wand of Orcus, Robe of Stars. So there are some, they're legitimately good. There's so much curl in these. There are some legitimately good commander hits as well. Oh, that's right, all the stuff's in the back. All right, we'll try and skip through. That's right. All right. I got it now. I remember. It's been a minute. All right, so we start off with our first foil rare. The pack foil is the Bard Glass, which is a 2 for mana value. Next up, Thorough Investigation. There's the commander card for this pack. That's a 3. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Pretty good card for mill strategies. And, when you're playing Modern, it just kind of mills through somebody's, at least a third of someone's deck because it's all low mana value cards for the most part. 3 for mana value. Hit a Showcase Common, and a Minion of the Mighty in that rulebook art. That is a 1. And foil common in the Showcase. Oh, hey, all right. Not bad. That's actually, as far as mythics are concerned, outside of the 2 big boys we just mentioned, Loth Spider Queen, that is a LOL. Really good card. When it was in Standard, saw a ton of play. Doesn't see as much now, but it is still actually a really strong card, and the art on it and the foiling and the coloring, that's what I meant to say, is actually really beautiful. All right, so what do we got going on here? I like that card a lot. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14. Let me run that back. 5, 8, 9, plus 5, 14 it is. There are certainly worse borderless foil mythics to pull. I know, because I keep pulling those ones for myself over and over again. Ezra, you're up next. All right, let's skip to the land. Now we have our Swamp. Foil rare is White. That is a 2. Followed by Immovable Rod. Also, that's a 1. That's our commander slot there. Wizard's Spellbook. Big ol' beefy 7 for mana value. A card I always mean to play more of, as far as a commander deck. And I just haven't put that deck together. And it's one of a half dozen incomplete ideas. All right. Common. Rare is a Hive of the Eye Tyrant in that really, really cool module art. That is a 0 for mana value because it is a land, but I am partial to these lands. I think they're really cool as far as this variant is concerned. All right, foil common, and a Volo Guide to Monsters. Volo's not typically a card you want to see. That's probably the better of the Volos, though. What do we got going on here? 7, 8, 10, still 10, and 13, right? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 5, 6, 13 it is. Yeah. 13. I'm going to throw the Hive of the Eye Tyrant on the top. All right, Typhoon. A Deadly Dispute. No longer the powerhouse common that it once was. All right, Ray of Enfeeble. First foil rare is Grazilax, Ithilid Scholar. That is a 3 for mana value. I like Grazilax. Pretty good card. Neverwinter Hydra. Hydras are... we have some counter strategies. I mean, it's always a popular commander strategy, but more counter stuff coming. That is a 2 for mana value. Followed by a Mythic. Hey, Acerak. Acerak is also a pretty good card. It used to be actually really, really valuable, and it's kind of dipped a lot, but still kind of an interesting card. Dungeons, I wonder if they'll ever do dungeons again. Anyways, 3 for mana value. All right, common. Ooh, Black Dragon in the borderless, kind of cool. Love the art on those. That's another uncommon. Next rare is Ochre Jelly. That is a 1. Followed by the foil common. And we conclude with a foil rare, Varus Silvery Moon Ranger. All right. Let me sleeve up Acerak. The Arch Lich. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 it is. Tight battle so far with a 14, 13, and 12 respectively. Kazi, you're up next. All right, little barbarian class, mountain. Here we go. First rare is Hall of the Storm Giants. One of the rare land cycle. This card saw quite a bit of standard play when it was in rotation. Not so much after post-rotation, but still actually a really cool card. This is a 0 for mana value. Followed by Death Tyrant. Ooh, Dingle Death Tyrant. That is a 5 for mana value. That commander slot. Black Staff of Waterdeep. That is a 1. Hit our couple commons here. Rare is, how about doubling up on the Hall of Storm Giants, this time in the module art, which again, I am very partial to. There's a 0 for mana value though. Foil common, and we conclude with a Long Rest extended art foil that is a 3 for mana value. All right, so what do we got going on here? Throw our 3, 4, 9. Yeah, that's pretty easy. 5, 6, 9 it is. I will plant you in the low. After the first round, D-Money in the high with a 14, Ezra 13, Typhoon 12, and Kazi 9. We just started high and went low from there. All right, D-Money, back to you. Pulled 2 mythics so far. We should have some juice left in this box as far as mythics are concerned. Again, the eyes on the prize would be trying to pull a Tiamat or an old Gnawbone of any type, borderless or a base copy. Here we go. Rare is Vorpal Sword. Love me some Vorpal Sword. That is a 1 for mana value. Followed by a Hurl Through Hell. That is a 4. There's a commander slot card. Treasure Chest. Love me some Treasure Chest. It's a 3. Direwolf Prowler. Hey, Evolving Wilds in the module art. Pretty cool. And then a Cave of the Frost Dragon. Well, we're hitting a lot of the lands. That's kind of neat. I mean, especially if you're a fan of this particular art variant. Cave of the Frost Dragon. That is a 0 for mana value. Borderless Foil Green Dragon. Neat. And conclude with a extended art foil Wish. There was a moment in time where Wish kind of popped off and like sprouted up in value. It has since come back down to earth. It's the last I recall. All right, what do we got going on here? 3, 6, 10, 11, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sure is. Put you up to a 25 D-Money. Ezra. All right, Ezra. Not gonna lie, the box has gone a little cold. Would you like to do the honors of heating us back up? All right, Ray of Frost. I don't know why I knew the land was there. I don't know why I paused on that. Here we go. Rare is Hand of Vecna. That is a 3, not the Stranger Things Vecna, the real Vecna. Ride the Avalanche. That is a 2 as our commander slot. You can see a little bit more action from that slot too. Triumphant Adventure, a 2 as well. That in the extended art. We're going to hit a couple of commons here. Commons / uncommons. And, ooh, hey, there we go. Nice. That is not bad. That is a borderless Tiamat. Pretty good. Definitely one of the hits you're vying for if you're opening this product. That is sweet. Borderless Tiamat. Very, very nice. Sleeve that up momentarily. That is also, what is that, a 7 for mana value? All right, uncommon. Oh my god, another mythic. Oh, but not that one. Grandmaster of Flowers. That is a borderless foil Grandmaster of Flowers. That is, this is the one I always pull for myself too. I'm like, stop. Please stop. Please. Just could have been so much cooler as a card. Like, if you were familiar at all with the Grandmaster, what it means to be a Grandmaster of Flowers, Legendary Planeswalker, Bahamut, like, help me help you. Help me help you. All right, well, Ezra, I think you understood the assignment, though. Helping me heat the box back up. I think you did so. I think you did so. So we have Tiamat. That is, what is he going to, 5, 6, 7? 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and is that 18? So 5, 7, 11, 18 it is. And that will catapult you into the high to go along with your fancy Tiamat. All right, Typhoon. Back to you. Here we go. Rare is Orb of Dragonkind. That is a 2. Another mythic. Hey! Scalia, Kindler of Hope. So it's a commander slot mythic. That is a 4 for mana value. Into Loyal Warhound, which is a 2. Gonna hit a couple of commons here, or common / uncommons in a showcase. Rare is Gelatinous Cube. That is a 4. Foil common Pixie Guide, and we conclude with a, oh, hey, neat. Really cool, actually. Treasure Vault and the module and the foil. I know it's kind of dipped. It's one of those cards that people were kind of speculating on when this set first came out because it itself is an artifact land, which, you know, does some things and also taps for colorless right away. Doesn't come into play tapped. And you can do double X and tap and sacrifice it to create X treasure tokens. I feel like this card is actually even a little underplayed now. But that is the coolest version of that card as well. Personally, I really like that. Art is cool. Checks a lot of boxes for me. All right. 4, 8, 10, and 12 are on that back. That's 4, 8, 12 it is. Brings you to a 24, and I'm actually going to keep the Treasure Vault on top as a card that I just really like. All right, Kazi, we are to you. Kazi, you have the low coming into this round. You're at a 9. The next closest low now is 24 with Typhoon. So you have some wiggle room, but we have seen that these packs can deliver some high mana values. Here we go. Rare is Mind Flayer. That is a 5. Next, Midnight Pathlighter. That is a 4. You are not on track for the low. Wish is a 3. Okay, common, uncommon. Hey, borderless red dragon. Lots of the borderless of the uncommon dragons, which I'm not upset about. That's pretty cool. Next up is white. That is a 2. Foil common Celestial Unicorn, and conclude with a Eye of Vecna in the extended art foil, which is a 2 for mana value. Well, things just got interesting. 2, 4, 7, 11, 16, 5, plus 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 it is. 16. Yep, indeed. Things just got a lot more interesting. So here we are, heading into the final round now. No one wants a low, apparently. D-Money, with a 25. Ezra on the high with a 31. Typhoon now in the low with all of a 24, and Kazi then right there with a 25. I would say it's pretty wide open actually especially for the low, but even for the high. 7 mana value difference or 6 mana value difference between the high and the next high is not all that much. Here we go. Last round. Good luck, everyone. Little mountain. Wizard Spellbook as a 7. Followed by Bag of Devouring. That is just a 1 mana value. Dancing Sword as a 2. Okay. Mythic. Hey, neat. Got another borderless mythic. It is Icing Death, Frost Tyrant. Don't mind seeing that. And outside of the 2 dragons we already named, not a ton of value, but I especially think these are all actually really cool in their own right. That is a 4 for mana value. Foil common is Baleful Beholder, and we conclude with a Grazilax Ithilid Scholar, this time in the extended art foil. Sleeve up the Icing Death real quick. Well, this will get interesting. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 17 it is. D-Money, that's going to put you at a 42. You are currently 11 above Ezra for the high, but I do believe Ezra, staring us in the face, has the tiebreaker. So Ezra, you effectively need an 11 to take back the lead for the high. For the moment. Still 2 people behind. Foil rare is Volo, Guide to Monsters. That's a 4. Is Vengeful Ancestor. That is a 4. That's actually a pretty good commander slot card. We've been a little lackluster in that slot in this box, but that's not bad. That's a 4. Hand of Vecna. All right. Ooh, another borderless dragon. Neat. We've almost... Have we hit this? I don't think we've seen the black one. I was like, have we hit all 5? I don't think we've seen the black one in this box. Dritzt Duerden is a 5. Foil common, Rhyme Shield Frost Giant. And conclude with a Lair of the Hydra in that module art foil that is a 0 for mana value. Alright, I'll throw them back for the moment. So, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 16, 4, 8, 4, 8, 11, 16 it is. It's going to put you at a 47, Ezra, and it does put you back in the high. That's confirming what I suspected. I was like, the first time I saw Volo, I thought I only counted it as a 3. Ezra, I'm going to go through, you have the high right now. I will go back through your total. I saw the Volo for the second time, and I was like, I feel like the first time I saw Volo, I only counted it as a 3. Typhoon, you have a 24 right now. Just for my own peace of mind. Clearly a sign that I need another cup of coffee is what that really is. All right, here we go, Typhoon. You currently are in the low by all of 1. The next low now is D-Money with a 42. Skeletal Swarming, that is a 5. Holy Avenger, I wanted this card to be so much better when I saw it. It's okay. It's just, I want it to be better. It's a 3. Sphere of Annihilation, that is a 1. All right, Pixie Guide, Blink Dog. Varus Silvery Moon Ranger as a 3. Foil common is Arborea Pegasus. And we conclude with our third Wizard Spellbook. Not typically known for heavy duplication in these boxes. We've certainly seen it today with the triple Wizard Spellbook. 7, 10, 11, 14, and 19 does make things interesting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, plus 7, 19 it is. Oh, that puts you at a 43, Typhoon. That takes you out of the low. D-Money with the 42. So Kazi, here it is. Weird. Ezra on the high with a 47, but 42 and 43 respectively for the low. So you're chasing 17 for the low. I do not believe you have a mythic right now, so the Loth is the tiebreaker. So 18 to win outright, otherwise have a bigger mythic. 17 for the tie goes to tiebreakers, 18 to win outright. Oh wait, you want to stay low. I'm sorry. Man, I'm way off of it. So 17, so 16 or below. Another Grandmaster of Flowers. Not my jam, but it is a mythic. It is a mythic. That is a 4. Followed by Clouth's Will. Actually, not a bad one. Probably one of the better commander cards we've seen from this particular box. That's a 3. Werewolf Pack Leader. This card saw all sorts of play when it was in Standard. Pretty good card. 2 for a 3/3 with no drawbacks and tons of upside. Rare is, sure, another Treasure Vault. That is actually a 0, which is helping your cause. So cool land and 0 mana value. Uncommon. And conclude with a Hall of the Storm Giants, our third of the box. This time, this one in the foil. I do think that is going to help your cause for the low. So double 0, I almost assuredly puts you there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pretty good way to finish up for the low, Kazi. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 it is. That puts you at a 34 and does lock the low for you. Putting you in the low. So, final standings. D-Money with a 42, Ezra with a 47, Typhoon with a 43, Kazi in the low with a 34. Just for my own edification. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so it was a 14 in the first round, wasn't it? Well, I caught it. And it didn't matter. All right. Kazi, you have the low, you have the honors. So we did see a Tiamat. No appearance of Old Gnawbone today. That Lost Spider Queen is actually really cool, though. All right, Kazi. Now I go to all the stuff at the front, right? Yeah, all right. Gastral Thrill Roller as a borderless foil, followed by a Cursed Cloth Wrappings. I actually really like this card. I think it's pretty good. Debris Beetle on the borderless. A Rampaging Aetherhood. And a Red Shift Rocketeer Chief. And that will do it there. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I like the Cursed Claw wrappings, but... Alright. Ezra. Starting off with a Gonti Knight Minister in the borderless foil. Into another Red Shift. Sure, okay. This time in the borderless. Skyseer's Chariot as a borderless, followed by Renewed Solidarity. There we go. That's a solid hit. Pretty good card. And a District Mascot. No mythics in those 2 packs, huh? Yeah. All right. Well, that is going to do it for us today. It was fun, as always, to revisit AFR. Okay box. Some stuff I really like in there, but we at least saw one of the 2 big hits you're hoping to see. Anyways, that's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me. Hit the like button for me. By all means, drop me some comments. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much, everybody, and be well.